This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny, and this is Tales from Trollskull, episode 3. And before we jump into our episode today, I just want to take a quick moment to showcase some organizations that have been doing a lot of great work, and in the recent days, we have needed them, especially given the racist and hateful attacks in Atlanta. So, we have two charities, two organizations that if you feel so inclined to donate and help out at, one in the US and one in Canada, to help support the Asian American Pacific Islander community. So first of all, in Canada, we have butterflysw.org. Now, this is an organization that helps out new migrant workers to Canada. They have a bunch of great resources and a bunch of great networks and support for Asian and migrant sex workers in Canada. Sex work is work, and they've become a huge target for AAPI hate. So we thought it would be great to showcase them. And if you feel so inclined to donate, if you have the means or able to, that would be a great help. You can find them at butterflysw.org, and any help you can provide would be amazing. Even if it's just to boost the signal, just let people know what's out there in Canada to help fight racism against the AAPI community. Now, in the US, we have an organization known as Stop AAPI Hate. You can find them at stopaapihate.org. And again, much like butterflysw.org, this is a place that has a bunch of resources and support networks and also reporting systems, so you can report any incidences that you see of hate or racism against the Asian American or Pacific Islander community. So again, if you can donate and you have the means to, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And if you can just boost the signal as well, that would be a ton of help as well. We thought that was very important to share. We thought that was very important to stand up against racism, stand up against white supremacy that is very obviously targeting the AAPI community, and to say that this has to stop and we have to recognize that there's a problem and then do everything we can to fight the problem together. So now let's jump into the world of Tales from Trollskull. As always, you can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. You can find us on our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com and any app that plays the podcast. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and on our Discord, where we're having a lot of great conversations about what's happening in Trollskull and the Enchanted Forest right now. So that is it for me. I will see you next week. I hope you enjoy this episode. I will catch you next time. Lots of love to everybody out there. Previously on the Diecast podcast.
I found a bone.
A big bone?
I found a big bone.
Why don't you show me over a pint?
She looks at you and says, you take care of all, no problem. I'll even buy you the pint.
Calico!
Yeah! There is an evil in that forest that has probably been there for generations. As you see him look up and his eyes go gold, let me tell you about the demon in the forest. I will advise it is springtime, so tick season is in full effect. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast podcast, Tales from Trollskull Alley, episode 3, with our beloved B team in Harker's Falls. Last episode, they finished out their journey out of the Enchanted Forest, thanks to the exalted skills of Daisy, your ranger, taking you through nicer parts. A little props for our ranger in the background, taking to open glade, which seemed all nice and peaceful at start, and then Mari discovered the gigantic bones of a winged skeleton in this beautiful sunbeam. And you did a nice little ceremony for it, gave it some honor and respect before you moved on towards the town of Harker's Falls, which lay on this giant cliff, kind of like split halfway between a cliff and the waterfall, as you had a town on the top and a town on the bottom. And as you made your way in, you made your way to the far back up these not up to code elevators or platform lifts that very shaky, no barriers. There would be some oversight committee that would not be happy with how this was constructed. But this giant water wheel cranked you up to the top of the cliff, and there you met in City Town Hall with Mr. Josh Hackett, the head of the town, and his master of arms, Yrel, who is a lumberjack true and true. Yes. 7 feet tall, beautiful brown skin, armed to the teeth, and also the head of security and production. So they gave you the lowdown on why they need you there for just some recounting or some dealing with some gnolls, and they have some concerns about demon worship and Yinagu being worshipped in the Enchanted Forest. You also got met with Maze, who was an assistant to Mr. Hackett, and she told you about that. There's kind of like this isolation in town that they're very much cut off from the rest of the world that's going on outside, and it's partly due to the Enchanted Forest. And that's when everyone started to notice and start to give attention to Daisy, your Furlbog Ranger, who had successfully guided and navigated you through the Enchanted Forest, and possibly trying to maybe outbid you, recruit her, get her hired full time.
Ain't happening.
They shan't.
Anyone who can get you through the forest.
She montaged us our way through that forest.
But she told you about an individual named Calico who would probably be the best person to ask about the goings-on in Harker's Falls. You got set up at the Wooden Dragon, which is one of the nicer inns where you had breakfast for dinner and breakfast pie, which was a series of apples and spices and sauces. And because the recipe was posted not too long ago, I'm going to retroactively add chicken into that because that sounds delicious.
Protein, yes.
You made your way on down to the Dull Axehead, which is a rowdy, touty, honky-tonk lumberjack bar. Sawdust on the floor, very breakable furniture on the inside. Something they're not going to be disappointed if that gets replaced. And on these kind of Globe Theater style seating, rings going all the way down to the bottom of the floor was a fight pit with Yrel kicking ass and breaking teeth at the bottom of it, where Mari called out to Calico to see where he was, and this old guy stuck his head out the side and beckoned you on down to sit down at the table to tell you about the demon in the forest. And at which point his eyes began to glow gold with like this golden energy that kind of emitted light from it. And I believe that is where we're going to start. And because we had a bit of a snafu, I asked you to roll Arcana or Nature already. And I see Una and Elspeth has a 16. So what you can tell is that this is not, it's got a weird mix of, there's something natural. It's not quite arcane and it's not quite divine, but something in between of the magics. You can't quite put your hands on it. But
as in, like, we don't know the school of magic? Like, that's...
Yeah, it's you get the feeling it's more of an effect of either, like, a curse or a disease or a mark. It's not like a certain spell doing this.
Okay. Curiouser and curiouser.
Calico grabs onto Mari's wine bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The sacrifice. The offering.
And he says...
I ask...
Oh, sure. Go for it.
I was going to ask a question. Did you look it in its eyes?
You see him, even before he starts his story, and you kind of jump the gun, you see him raise an eyebrow underneath his big bushy mop of hair, and he's got this dark brown leathery skin. It's like someone who's been out in the sun like their entire lives, and his salt and pepper hair has not been trimmed, not been coiffed. It's just someone who kind of like lives as is. And you notice that he's got several tiny little just living scars across his face, across of his hands. And he looks at you, Liza, and he says, I did. I looked it right in its eyes, and it looked right back into me, right in my soul.
Cool.
Brilliant. I love a good story.
And
I like scoot my chair up, like leaning on the table, like.
He says, I've been born in Harker's Falls, and I've been living in Harker's Falls all my life. I've been out there part of the crew. I've been out there in leadership. And I'm telling you, we risk our lives every time we go out there.
Just like very good cats on this show.
Yeah. That's cats.
Never does. She's literally perched on my arm and is like has her face in my microphone. Like
She wants to know more about the demon in the forest.
okay, come here. Come here.
Oh, nope.
Do I got to fight a demon for you? What's going on?
So
She's like, I rolled a 20. The mic for cute.
True facts.
when did you see it?
This is my last encounter with that googly-eyed bastard.
Pardon? Googly-eyed, as in like a snail, like it sits on stalks, and like when I goes that way and when I goes that way.
No, it's just got these two big, bulbous, glowing eyes of light. And he picked me up and looked right through me. And ever since then, I've been changed.
What made him put you down?
Goldfish?
I don't know what they were. They were just almost like two little suns, just burning away a part of my soul.
And is it real gold?
Oh, there's nothing. There's no monetary value in all this.
But what made it put you back down? What made it let you go?
I don't know. It wiped out maybe about a quarter of my crew. The rest ran away. I was too scared and too dumb to run away.
Well, why wouldn't it have attacked us?
Wait, you've seen this thing already? Why am I telling this story then if you've seen it already?
Well,
I mean,
we've
like,
seen-
kind of.
I mean, yeah, like it didn't see us, and we saw evidence of it, but it didn't like try to come into our cabin or anything.
It's big.
Well, I'm way less scared of it now if it's just got two great big googly eyes. I'm not as
I don't
afraid. I mean, it might be faceless, but it's just got a couple of googly eyes on it. I'm not that worried. Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you
should
for
be.
your story.
Don't look into its eyes. You see him lift up the wine bottle. And he chugs a bit down it. You know what that tastes like? Sand and ash.
Oh, how
Oh
dare you!
no!
We
Took your
were.
taste.
That is a vintage from 1406.
It may be vintage, but to these taste buds, I don't taste drink. I don't taste food. I don't feel the wind on my skin anymore. I don't feel cold. I don't feel hot.
Are you
Alive?
undead?
You can give me an Arcana check or a medicine check.
Oh, what does higher?
I'm going to do medicine.
I'm gonna do Arcana because it's slightly higher, even though it's not much.
Oh,
Whoa, Whitney!
Daisy.
We're back at it again.
Again.
Natural
Just
20.
sitting there watching.
Daisy.
Daisy hasn't had anything to drink, so that makes
No,
sense.
just sitting there, paying very close attention.
We're all looking around at like everyone else being like, "Don't, you can't have her." Like,
Stay back, stay back. So Daisy, it's one of those things where you weren't getting the whole story, but you're getting little bits of it, and just your own life experiences, you're starting to put two and two together, that this thing in the woods that you've heard about, everyone's got concerns and this kind of effect on him. He's not undead, but you have seen this before through various other things, and it usually comes with demons or various other beings from another realm. It seems that this person is cursed in some way.
Oh, good.
Sucks.
The good thing about being cursed is that you can undo a curse.
He's cursed? Is that what that is?
It's what it sounds like.
We're like, are we
Can
all
we go? Can we go ask Wendy about that? Could she help?
Oh, Wendy might be able to help you. I know you don't believe she's real, but we met her and she said she seemed very helpful and we could just ask any time. So either that or we could just go kill this thing and that might end the curse for you.
Oh,
Also that.
I don't think you can kill this thing. This thing is...
Do you have a name for it?
Also, why not? Like,
People don't... like
Also,
to
is
talk
that
about
what the gnolls are worshipping?
Oh, that's definitely not Yinagu. That is definitely not Yinagu. That's a different thing altogether.
Oh my god, there's more than one demon! This is getting complicated.
Oh.
You see him look and he says, actually, give me an insight check. Got 11, 16.
Oh, there's my big roll of 7.
Yeah.
14.
That might be the worst roll you've ever had.
Can I just go?
Liza, you get the feeling he's telling you the truth, but he's also doing that omission of facts type of thing. He's not directly lying to you, but this guy's definitely leaving it some stuff.
So you say that we can't kill it. Are there... First of all, how do you know that? And second of all, is there other ways we could deal with it? If not necessarily killing it?
All right, so you mentioned some special things there. I'm going to get you to do a persuasion check now.
Ooh.
Oh no, not that one.
Well, I think it lost its one true love, and it's lying in that pile of bones in the field, and now we just need to find its love.
Natural
'Cause that, you know what-
20.
Oh, good job.
Sorry.
You know what always cures the curse as true love? That's the truth.
So are you saying we gotta get this faceless thing over to the bones and get him to kiss the bones? Like true love's first?
And bring
Yes.
it back to life, and then they can live happily ever after, and his googly eyes will go back in his head, and they'll be fine.
I don't remember it having a face. Did it have a face?
Yeah, you heard.
Oh,
when
if
you
it doesn't
called
have
the
any
faceless
lips, you
one.
can't kiss it.
The bones. Wait, the bones?
The bones. Did the bones have a face?
The bones had a skull, yes.
Okay, they did have a skull. Okay.
But Liza, you're natural 20 with a total of 21 on persuasion.
Very good.
I like that, like, because, like, roll 20 has the 2 rolls. I like that you simultaneously rolled a natural 20 and a natural, like, just a 1.
You see him. You see him kind of like sink his head a little bit. Takes another swig of Mari's wine, and says, "You're not the first adventuring group that's been hired to come up here."
What happened to the last one?
You see him look around like, "We don't know. They never came back. Maybe they tailed off. Maybe they got scared. Maybe they got killed."
Maybe they fast traveled through the forest.
Maybe they found the slime witch and got turned into boogers.
Or the toenail witch?
Right.
Or the toe witch. Wait, bone witch. That's what. We don't want to talk about toenails. That's why I was remembering that.
That's also what I wrote down. So you're telling me you had a whole other crew of adventurers come up here.
Multiple crews.
Multiple. Never thought, might be a good idea to follow up with them. Let's just keep bringing more in. And
That's not his job.
Yeah,
you're
it isn't
right.
my job.
I just don't want to die today.
These are the questions.
Well, I think that my concern is that if this happens to someone who lives, what happens to someone who dies?
What if they're getting turned into the gnolls?
Oh no.
What if there's more gnolls because the adventurers just keep getting turned into them, and then they become gnolls and they forget who they are and they just worship the demon? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
All I can say is that we're isolated out here, and it's not by choice. There are some people making a lot of money, and asking for help is difficult. Getting any type of contact from outside is difficult.
Maybe we should just stick to the gnolls and then see what happens after that.
We'll start with the gnolls, I guess.
We aren't being offered gold for the other thing.
True, but it's good to have information just in case we run into it. We're going to be out there. I mean, I trust Daisy with my whole life now, getting us through that forest, but it's never bad to have information, right?
Or gold.
Plus, if we can help our friend Calico here, then we should. If we need to cut something's head off or give it a kiss so he can taste food again and stuff, then that's really important.
I want him to taste my wine. This is very disappointing to me.
Exactly. That's very good wine from your family.
I'm in utter shock.
Are you the only one that has survived?
I'm the only one with this mark, with the glowing eyes.
That we know of.
Well,
Dun,
I've been here for all my life. I've never heard of anyone else.
You've also never heard of anybody making it through the forest with no trouble either.
Has
Also
anyone
true.
tried to heal you of it, like the druids or any other magical means?
They've tried and it hasn't worked. Sometimes we get a cleric or a healer coming in when we ask for help. They haven't been able to either.
Interesting.
It seems to be more than your standard curse. It seems to be more of a supernatural, evil oogie boogie type of curse.
What else have you noticed about this faceless demon? Like, is there anything that, like, does he carry him, or does it carry itself a certain way, or does it smell like anything?
How did it kill the rest of the crew?
Yeah.
You see him kind of go sullen, almost kind of like reliving that trauma type of thing. He says, the thing I remember is that everything went quiet. You know when you're out in that forest, or in a forest, or anywhere, like just anywhere that's out in nature, and you just got like that background life, like there's birds and wind and
That's exactly
insects.
what happened when it came by the cottage. It
Yeah.
went dead quiet.
Silence, just unsettling silence, an unnatural silence. And then it just came loping by. It didn't seem coordinated, just kind of walked into things, but everything it touched turned black. Almost like it was dying right on contact.
Oh, yeah, we've come across that.
My advice would be don't look at it, don't make eye contact with it, and run away.
We shut the shutters and then it left.
It made a horrible, horrible scream, and it's the scream that told us, because just people's heads started exploding left, right, and center.
Oh, that's different.
That's
Wow.
yeah, that's
That's new.
that's more.
So, I have one more question. When you say that it was uncoordinated, it seemed. Did you come across it? Did it come across you, and then did it attack you?
It came across us. It came across us out of nowhere in the middle of the night, and I'd say it doesn't walk with a purpose. It just seems to be going.
So, did you attack it?
No. We were bunking down for the night after a hard day's work, and then it just came out of the forest and ripped through us.
But not with any violent intentions so much, like not as an attack, just as an encounter, and that was the product of it. Like,
Well, I walked into our camp and started killing people, popping heads, so it sure as hell felt like an attack to me.
Was everyone sleeping outside?
So we were getting ready to go to bed. People were still outside for the night and whatnot.
Okay.
Why didn't your head pop?
You see him kind of shrug his shoulders like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But everyone else ran off or was dead, and I was too petrified. Just picked me up and looked me right through my soul.
Maybe it always leaves a survivor.
Well, that means it couldn't have. I mean, it's only run into one group of people then
That we know of.
that we know of.
like a messenger.
And then wouldn't
maybe-
those other adventurers still be alive?
They've never come
I mean,
back.
there's a slime witch and a bone witch, so we don't know who they ran into.
And
out
watch
there.
out for that slime witch. She is mean.
Oh yeah.
Especially
I
watch
will
out
not
for
be
Kevin.
near her.
Watch out for Kevin as well. He's the rough one.
Who?
Kevin?
Heaven?
It's kind of the slime witch's pet. It's this little blob of green goo that follows her around.
Kevin the goo? Oh my god.
It's kind of cute, actually. It's nice that she has a friend.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lethal
you're
friend.
right.
Wait, did you say it was the bone witches? Or the slime witches?
Slime witch.
Slime witch.
Well, you've given us both a lot and not a lot to go on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an old
How do you
cursed
deal
man.
with
What do you
something?
want?
A way to go out into this forest and not die. No offense, Daisy, as much as I trust your guidance and judgment.
Aye, Daisy will get us through. It'll be fine.
I think so.
I have one final question. Why do you keep going out there then? Why are you still doing what you're doing, even though you know what's out there and it's affected you so much?
It's like it's all I know. It's all I can do. I can't leave. I'd get torn up if I tried to venture out of myself. We've had groups of people try and break off before, and I don't think they've ever made it back.
Well, why don't you can come with us?
You see his eyes perk up immediately. He's like, I don't have any money to pay you with, and nothing that an adventurer earns, but I definitely help pay my share.
We could use an extra set of everything out there, so...
Are we inviting them to come fight with us? Fight the gnolls? Or do you mean when we're on our way home going back?
Well, I mean, one could be payment for the other.
See, like my fighting days are long done. I don't have the strength nor the urge to swing a weapon again.
Well, we could bring him back after, and then try to swing by Wendy's and see what she could do.
I think that's a good idea.
Like,
We'll go take care of the gnoll problem, come back, and when it's time to go, we'll pick you up and bring you with us.
It's like, all right, I think we got a deal, and he offers out his hand for a handshake.
I'll shake it.
Right.
My little hand.
Cleverest to shake it.
Mari does one of those like clasp the forearms type of thing. And he feels cold to the touch, just like touching a stone.
Would you like a hot beverage next time?
So I don't think it'd make a difference, but thank you.
Is there anything that I could do?
Give me a medicine check, or let's see, medicine or religion. Your go, or your choice. Ooh, a 9 on medicine. As best as you can tell, he gives all the signs of being dead, but you don't get an undead feel off of him. You can still feel like a heartbeat beneath his skin, but just his body just feels like it's been pulled right from an icy cold river.
Could I make I don't know if it's like an insight check, but because I think we sort of talked about it earlier about souls being perhaps consumed or sucked.
I'd say religion or arcana, your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna go. They are exactly the same as 0, so we're gonna go with.
Also, if anybody wants to help her out, or they want to give her like an inspiration. Oh, you got an inspiration earlier for your pre-jokey joke with your pre-pun, so you can use your inspiration on this if you wish. Or you've rolled a 17.
Yeah.
So you're not sure on the source of it, but you're definitely sure of the target. This is definitely something's broken his soul a little bit. It's been damaged in a significant way. Oh, sorry, not a little bit. Yeah, there's been some serious damage to Calico's soul.
Yeah, because I sort of feel like the body is intact. You're here, but clearly something is wrong.
Googly eyes sucked the soul out of him.
Is there anything I can do to sort of like give a warm hand? I don't know if any of these would actually really help.
Oh, I take some of my honey from my water skin and I pour him a little bit of healing honey. See if that, not that it would fully cure him, but maybe it would at least taste nice for him.
Look at it. Kind of swigs it or like swirls it around in his cup, and then downs it all in one go. He's like,
"A wee dram will do you."
Nope, still ash.
Oh, that was a waste.
Oh,
wildly upsetting.
Mari, it's all right. It's just honey.
I can't believe you can't taste. Food is so good.
To a halfling, that's terrible.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Have you tasted food? It's delicious.
Get your taste buds back.
But Liza, you would know that someone more powerful or more skilled or knowing the source of the curse could probably do it.
Like a Wendy.
Cough, greater restoration cough.
Like what level?
like someone is like a level like
It's like 9 for greater restoration.
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think Wendy's a great idea, and I think, we'll take care of this no problem, and then we'll bring you with us back. And worst
You
comes
just
to
want
worst,
to
at
go see
least we'll
Wendy
get you,
again.
or worst comes to worst, we'll at least get you back to the city, and there might be someone there who could help you as well. We'll get you out of this forest, so you're no stuck here.
It's like, well, I appreciate the help, and I thank you very much. If you need anything while you're in Harker's Falls, I will do everything in my power to get that done for you. If it means I can get out, I would owe you my life, even broken soul or not.
Calico, we like you even if you're broken. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know I said I had one more question, but I have one more question. Since we're relying on you now, and you are the oldest one here and you know a bit, is there anyone we shouldn't trust in Harker's Falls?
That was a good question.
You see
That was a good lesson.
an eye roll to be the most epic of all eye rolls, that if there was ever to be an eye roll to be the last one in history, that would probably be it, to just communicate his distaste for people not to trust. And you see him say, anyone that northern cliff, they don't care about people. They send us out to work, but they always somehow manage to find new people to come in and fill spots.
Anyone who stands to profit.
Yeah, you mentioned something like that, like the rich keep getting richer.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And the poor keep getting their souls burned away.
There's literally an uptown and a downtown in this place.
Yeah.
Literally.
And there is a funk downtown for sure.
No uptown funk, though.
Oh, no uptown funk.
No uptown funk.
Copyright says we're not allowed to have an uptown funk.
None of that.
Well,
I'm going to ask a quick question. Do you have any advice for Liza going into the ring?
Yeah.
and I flex.
We've got a date with a giant woman.
So you look down there, he's like, you're going down there with Yrel? My advice is don't go down there with Yrel.
Oh, but she's gonna go down there with her. Like,
Yeah.
He really wants to go down there with her. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, I've swapped like my crap ale with the nice bottle, and I've taken a swig. I've started taking several swigs, actually.
Nice. As you look over, you see that Yrel is holding her own, barely breaking a sweat. She's wearing her chainmail armor, doesn't have her axe with her. This is all hand-to-hand fisticuffs type of combat. You see she's got just one guy by the scruff of the neck, kind of like, the guy's not posing much of a threat, so she's just kind of spinning him around and kind of like showing off to the crowd with just like punching people with her metal arm. And you hear like some teeth crunch, some nose breaks, and you just see this metal tankard come flying out of the stands, and she just kind of whoosh, grabs it, and you hear like this little metallic crunch, RoboCop style, like, and just crushes it with her metal arm. As you just hear this part, it's like, oh, sorry, you, that was aimed for Doug. It's like, no worries.
She's magnificent.
What a woman.
There's about 6 or 7 unconscious bodies on the sawdust below, slowly getting covered as like the scruffs keep. It's that type of night where the drunkards have had their go and have been thoroughly knocked unconscious or thrown out of the fighting pit, and everyone else of higher common sense and realism have decided, I'm good for the night. She's kind of got this.
Except for Liza.
She's kind of got like this Logan Wolverine, just kind of like arms up and celebrating, like throws another guy two levels up to the 3rd floor as people are just starting like, yeah, roll, and she's just soaking all of this in.
All right. I'm like.
Although, wait, didn't you say you were gonna like warm up with other people?
Yeah, and then they were like, "No,
there is no other people.
That's illegal." So, all right.
If you want to fight,
I'm gonna grab Daisy. I'm gonna grab Daisy's hand and kind of pull her over to find us a seat that's within view but out of splash zone, potentially.
Okay.
I believe it said you're on the 3rd floor, so you're like the first 2 floors are splash zone, 3rd floor you're safe.
Yeah. So
All
we'll
right.
sit like at the front so that we have good viewpoint, but yeah, out of reach. And I'll say, okay, Daisy, don't worry. I've been to loads of these. I've lived in a dwarven mining town my whole life, so pub brawls and fights are just part of the fare there. But here's what you need to know. A, no one's trying to kill anyone. I know it looks like it. This is just good fun for them. And like, I know for you and I, good fun is like spending the day in a field, finding the perfect 4-leaf clover to bring to your best friend, or a beautiful
Yes, exactly.
and a bedtime story. I know, but this is what they love. They are out there stressing themselves out, working themselves to death, and this is what they come home and do to blow off the steam. It's actually quite healthy and perfectly normal. So, you got 2 ways you can react to a big fight, right? You can either put the other person down. You say, "Hey, watch out for those twigs. Oh, sorry, those were your arms." Or like, "You kick like an emancipated donkey." Like that.
Uh-huh.
No, emaciated, not emancipated.
Hey, that donkey was free to kick.
Bells doesn't know the difference. Kick like emaciated donkey. Things like that, right? Not really my style of cheering. I like to lift people up. So then it's like, "Hey, Liza, you're a freaking weapon. Get her!" You know, that kind of thing. Make her treat into her breakfast the next morning. You know, that kind of thing. So you've got kind of 2 choices. You try. See what you like better.
Actually, when you start yelling that out, you notice that the bar goes silent. When you hear, "Eliza, you're a freaking weapon." And just you see kind of like this like golden championship keg being lowered down. It's like, "And we're about to award out. Oh, do we have a challenger?" As they hear this yelling coming up from the 3rd floor. And almost like these magical spotlights go boo right on your table. You see Calico kind of like brace himself against the bright light, and you're all kind of silhouetted as like this big blinding light shines down on your table.
I'm gonna hide.
Ooh, I help you.
Okay. I've got some rope on me. I'm pretty sure.
If you want, you can also give me an acrobatics check. If you get a 10 or higher, you can do like 3-point stance hero landing and look cool and shit like that. It's risky.
Yeah.
It's risky, but you look cool as hell.
Okay.
When you're way in there, like the pirate bitch you are.
I take my rope and I swing it over like a beam.
Mm-hmm.
And like I grab onto it, and then I do just like the coolest like drop and like swing down around onto the ground. And when I do land, I cast. Can I cast Thaumaturgy to like make like a clap of thunder,
Nice.
like go out throughout.
Give me an acrobatics check because you're using rope made with advantage, please. So the highest of the 2 rolls.
Not like athletics. No, it has to be
athletics. You can do it. Yeah, because you're swinging.
All right.
You're climbing.
Oh yeah.
Boom! Dirty 20.
Yes.
So
thank you.
you see Liza.
Elspeth is like, Liza. Like we're trying to get it started, but everybody else is like,
It's less Errol Flynn and more John Cena as she comes landing down. You see this perfect centrical wave of sawdust go in kind of like a dust cloud, and you notice that on a regular person, it may hit them and splatter them in the waist. This gets Liza in about like the knee area as she kind of puts her hands on her hips and looks down, and then looks up at Liza and just kind of gives that smirk of like, "All right, the fight's not over yet." All right, I'm going to get you, because there's only 2 people involved in this. Give me an initiative roll, please, Liza.
Did that work?
Yes, that is a
Alright.
4. Just do a quick bop here. That's an 8.
Bad.
All right.
Makes
So,
sense. You're kind of showboating,
you're
and
like,
then she
That's
just
all
goes,
right. Yeah, that's okay.
you're like waving to the crowd.
While everyone's distracted, I'm gonna go sneak around the tables and try to pickpocket.
Pardon me.
Okay.
Okay, let's just do a quick. Oops, that's a square. I need a freehand circle. Just so we have reference of what's going on. Freehand. There we go.
Right, we got some.
Oh, I was like, what's happening? What are we talking about? Who's the square? Like,
There we go. Just so we can have like an idea of. So we'll say Yrel there, Liza there, and then we'll say up here, this little area right here, and like it's perfectly circular. You can easily walk around to any side, and there's like little stairs that go down and whatnot. So Yrel goes first. You've impressed her. You're new to her, so she's going to hit you with the polite hand and not the mean hand.
Oh, I see.
As she comes running up to you, bap, 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 kind of hops over an unconscious body and then tries to just deliver a big old meaty fist right to your forehead.
Ooh, bop. Yeah, I tried it. I raise up my equally meaty arms, I'd like to say, and try to block as fast as I can.
That is, with her modifiers, that is an 8. So it comes down and you just catch, like, it's almost anime style. So it's like this little tiny hand catches this big meaty fist, but you bap. Hand on hand, meat on meat, you stop it dead in its tracks. And you can hear the crowd going like, oh, like getting ready to cheer for your, oh.
I say, oh, aren't you
Your mom is bad at gardening or something.
Daisy, that was great. Good. You keep going. You're doing great.
Liza,
I say,
it's your turn.
aren't you gonna get me a drink before you ask me for a dance? I try to grapple with her.
Okay. So that's
And
a contested athletics check, please.
yes, okay. All right. Do I just click athletics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh! With the modifier, unfortunately, Yrel is going to have a higher score of that is a 17 versus a 16, so just barely.
Ooh. She didn't
wait,
like the
can
line.
you use your advantage?
You know, what? I don't think I have even my inspiration.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no.
You
Yeah.
can, but you have to. I'd say for
Oh,
combat, you have to
reroll?
say before the roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna wait till I'm a little in more dire straits.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want her to think I'm weak, like right at the beginning, you know, calling upon my inspiration. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve.
You see her go.
Oh my god, they've held hands, and now she's hugging her. This is great.
You see Liza try and grapple her to try and get advantage. As you see Yrel just kind of like dismiss a little bit. Her hand still being held by Liza. He's like, so you want a drink, huh? You see her extend out her prosthetic arm and her palm goes shooting out with like this kind of chain rope behind it. Grabs a tankard of
gadget
ale,
keg.
retracts back, and she tries to smash it over the top of your head.
Wait, what up? So if she does this, do I still have? So she let go of my other hand then?
You still have her one hand caught, and you're kind of like trying to grapple around her.
Okay.
So it's going to be disadvantage because it's an improvised weapon. Oops.
Oh.
Where's my disadvantage?
All right. Using my free hand, I try to block, you know, the barrel coming at my face, but with the other hand and with my foot, I'm going to try to sort of like sweep her while I turn away. So using the weight of my body, I'm going to try to deflect the barrel, sweeping under her leg and like pulling it around.
First of all, does a 12 hit your AC?
My AC is 16.
So this tankard
Bracket 18.
Yeah. The 18s if you're using your shield at the time. So
I
this
see.
tankard just smashes into your armor, like metal and wood goes splashing everywhere. Just booze comes down the front as she looks down, kind of like nods in appreciation of you just getting a cup full of booze just smashed on your armor.
This is great.
If you want to grapple, give me another athletics check, and it's contested against hers. Ooh.
Again, not great.
You're again trying. It's just she's the size and the strength of Yrel. This is someone and she's warmed up as well. She's been fighting all night already.
That's true.
You try and sweep down, and if this had been any other person, they'd be on their butts. But it's just it's like you tried to leg sweep a tree,
like a tree trunk. Yeah.
Boom.
That's all right.
You kind of wince a little bit. It's like your back calf just kind of like, oh, that kind of hurt me more than it hurt you a little bit. You still have her face to face with you. And then she looks down at you with her turn, and she'll say, all right, I see how this is going. As you see her raise up her big old elbow and tries to drop it down on your shoulder.
Okay, now that I'm all lubed up from the alcohol, am I able to, as she goes to elbow down my arm, am I able to slip through and sort of go with that motion and sort of, go down with the motion?
You can on her turn, but I'm rolling terribly. She misses as you zip down. So if you want to so it's your turn now. So what do you wish? So say zipping down, moving around will be part of your movement action. What do you want to do as your regular action?
Okay,
no one's actually
now
hit each other yet.
It's been a lot of
You
sweat.
really are dancing. That's really nice.
They're more like
Tango.
Yeah.
It's super intense. Eye contact.
plus
Liza's really holding her own though. She's oh.
Also, sorry if I did the move. I haven't done combat in a while. Only seduction and drinking.
It shows.
Although that's probably now the title of the episode is Seduction and Drinking.
Seduction and drinking.
Okay, so now that I'm low to the ground and I'm crouching, I'm gonna try to grab both of her legs and then try to take her down that way.
All right, give me another athletics check, please. Oh, you're probably gonna. There it is. Liza. As you see, she carries most of her force and weight through, expecting you to still be there, and not someone as strong and fit as you to be as agile. As you duck down and you kind of do that UFC, just grab both of her knees together and just use leverage to boom, and you put her on her butt as you hear this big thump, as you see kind of this Yrel sawdust angel get formed in the floor. As you hear more of the O's turning to cheers, oh, she knocked her down. What?
Liza, she's gonna get all up in her rigging. She's climbing her mast. It's great.
I feel Daisy, Elspeth, and Lear's Liza, and Mari's still pickpocketing, running around.
So Mari, I will say this: give me a stealth check followed by a sleight of hand check.
A stealth check followed by a sleight of hand.
Your stealth will have advantage because everyone is focused on the fight in the middle right now.
Did it work?
So 19 for stealth. The sleight of hand, unfortunately, is a 7. And it's not so much you're not skilled at pocketing. It's that everyone is jumping up and down and getting into the fight. Just getting some coin purses or getting into pockets. It's almost like being in a mosh pit for someone your size. Is everyone's just jumping up and down. Are you actually doing those to start a little bit like boobs? It's all the cups that were on the railing of the different floors have all been knocked over. Everyone has become flooding to the sides to watch this fight. I'll let you do another check in a couple turns, Mari.
Cool.
I feel like I can smell that. Yeah, I can smell that description.
The sawdust and
It's mostly the stale beer and the sweat.
Yeah.
That I can viscerally.
Liza, you have Yrel on her back with both of your arms wrapped around her knees, and you don't know if it's surprise or outrage that she's been knocked over by someone your size.
My size, hey.
Or a arousal.
My size.
But she's 7 feet tall, isn't she?
Hey, I'm a good 6 feet. Anyways, Oh no, this is where my knowledge sort of falls through. I do wrestling move.
I don't know what a haymaker is, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, now that I've gotten her on the ground, I'm a little, like, Saffron is a little unsure of what to do.
Well, you could do pure WWE
One arm under her leg
styles.
and one arm over her neck. And
You can try and like climb up off another floor and kind of like drop like an elbow drop or like a leg drop on her. You can try and hit her with an improvised object. You could just like kind of like do like a flying elbow drop from where you are and just kind of like land on her face a little bit. Like it's, would you want to be splashy? Do you want to be tough? Do you want to be technical?
I'm like, I like using my fists, but I feel like it is like I've grappled her so much that now it feels weird to punch someone on the ground. But I will, you know what? Okay, is there a table nearby?
Not in the fighting arena, but there's like splinters of wood and broken stuff that you could pick up easily.
Okay, I meant like something I could stand on because I am gonna do the like wrestling.
Give me a persuasion check and call up for a table.
Okay. No.
there's the edge of the ring, though, right? Like, is it walled or is it?
Yeah, it's like it's completely encircled. So Liza goes, table! As you see everyone kind of look around and we quickly realize that everyone tries to do the exact same thing at the same time.
No.
Tables kind of get pushed up and like none of them quite make it through as everyone's like, table, but no one can actually successfully get the table through because they're too full of excitement.
I just stand there like Thor with his arm out, just waiting.
And I'm like, that's fine. And then I'll just like I improvise and I go up and then I try to do the elbow thing.
Try and drop an elbow. So she's prone on the ground, so you have advantage on this roll. It's just a straight up strength. Just a straight up strength check, no proficiency.
Do I click this? I click the strength one this time?
Yes.
Oh, wait, there's a few. Okay, is it that one?
Perfect. So that's a 16. That hits her armor. As you come down and go, boonk. So what is your strength modifier?
3?
3. So your damage is always going to be 1 plus your strength modifier for hand-to-hand combat. So you're always going to do 4 to her. So you come down and you catch her on the side of the face and go boom. You see like a little bit of bruise starting to form up on the side of her cheek.
When I do land, and I'm assuming I like, I'm like, hey,
Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
You make eye contact.
Charming punch.
Yeah.
She kind of moves her hair out of the way after being smashed in the face by an elbow. And she's kind of like, again, like that sawdust angel on the ground. As she looks over and goes, hey, and reaches over and grabs just a random piece of debris and kind of smashes it over your head.
Okay.
So that'll be a disadvantage. Boom. D20. Oh, that would have been a 21, but instead it's going to be a 6. She comes over. When you say like, it's another half full tankard, like half full cup of ale. Is you just catch it and then kind of like flexing your muscle at the same time, just down it at the same time.
She's killing it. Oh my god!
It is your turn, Liza.
So I got whacked in the head, right?
No, she tried to whack you in the head, and you caught the mug in her hand, and then drank the booze out of her mug.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that she whacked me in the head and then drank the booze. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
That's all right. Right, so just to recap, to get you back in the frame. So you're kind of like that elbow, like kind of like bedside pose, like hey, and she tried to hay you back with a half full cup of ale that was in the arena, but you caught it, and then pulled it out of her hand, and then just drank it in front of her, and then you now have an empty cup of ale in your hand as you're both like close face-to-face contact on the ground with each other. You're both prone as well.
Okay, I drink the tankard and I throw it out of the ring because I don't want to get whacked in the head with tankards anymore. I don't know how else to describe this, but I want to put her in a chokehold.
Okay, give me, it'd be another strength athletics check, But because you've got quote unquote control over, you have advantage on this check. She does not. Oh no, I'm rolling terrible for Yrel. Oh wow.
I like to imagine it's my my suave one-liners.
Yeah. You see her say, actually, everybody else, give me an insight check right now.
Okay.
16. Whoa, Daisy. Again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She is sober.
Yeah.
Paying attention.
So unfortunately, everybody except for Leslie is, you see Yrel is getting flustered and flush in the cheeks about what's going on.
Bells?
And then you have put her into a like a kind of like a rear naked chokehold, as like you just kind of like lock your heels around her, I guess like her upper body, and like just sink that hold in behind Yrel as you see her begin to like thrash about on the floor. So here's going to come a series of rolls. Yrel's is going to stand up, and she's got to do a
She's taking me with her?
Yep. She's got to do a strength athletics check to stand up. That's an 18, so she does. As you the 7'2" frame of Yrel stands up, and Liza is just curled, almost like a backpack, curled around her neck. As she looks around, as she's realized her arms are actually too big and long to actually get a good grip. As you see her reach out and fires off her hand goes shooting out, and she's using it to pull her close into the wall and try and smash you into the wall. Give me a Constitution save, please. 10 or higher is what you need.
Yes.
You shoulder the blow, and you see boom as Yrel hits the back, and you are still holding on to that hold. It is your go still. You still have control, and you know this is locked in. It's maybe you think about 3 more turns before Yrel may go down.
Elspeth goes, ooh, bad form.
Wait,
like,
wait. Do they like
Not
each
yet.
other?
They're getting there, but no yet.
But so why with the punching? If they
It's just their way of communicating. It's all right. It's about respect.
okay.
All right.
Right.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Mari, you've already had a good successful stealth check. Give me another sleight of hand check.
Okay. All right. Like drunk bastards. What do you got?
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Something.
you see a group of lumberjacks who are like kind of like jostling up and down as they are now cheering on Liza's name, as Liza is putting up a fight no one else in this town has seen in years and years. But you do hear that distinct, like over the roar of the crowd and chairs being overturned and glasses and tableware being knocked down. You hear that little clink, 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 clink as your rogue senses go almost like it was detective mode for Arkham Knight, as you see like this little coin pen dancing up and down like, Mari's
montage is just everyone else is screaming and like Thunderstruck is playing, and Mari's like, every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Doobie doobie.
You successfully pluck a coin purse off of someone's belt. Roll me a d8, please.
A D8. Okay, hold on. How do I do that in Roll20 again?
Okay, so if you look to the left side, there's like a drop-down window. There's like an arrow, a box, a brush. At the bottom, there is a D20. And if you mouse over it, there's a drop-down menu for like D4, D6, D8.
Hold on a minute. Where is this that I'm supposed to be looking?
like if it were Photoshop, it would be on the toolbar, like the left side. There's an
Oh,
arrow
I see.
and
Okay,
brush.
paintbrush. Paintbrush.
There's one that looks like a dice.
Dice. Gotcha.
Second
D8.
from the bottom, yeah. So just mouse over
And
the
straight
D8.
until morning.
God damn it, take inspiration for that one.
Oh, dang. You're going to kill this fight.
You find
yeah.
yourself a coin purse with 5 gold in it.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right. 5 gold.
Elspeth has been slightly distracted because she wants to cast Minor Illusion and have the sound of thunder start rolling through the crowd.
Yes.
So that everyone start like chanting Liza, but also chanting thunder. And then
Absolutely. Do
She
you wish
was caught in the middle of the ground in a ring.
do you wish to spice that up with a performance check?
yes, I do.
But it's terrible because I'm screaming.
It's more emotion than bardic skill taking over, because you're just watching your friend go to work right now. The thunder's
Wait,
still
can
there.
I get my little triangle out and then help her with that?
I'll say
yeah.
for next turn, yes, you can.
Okay.
There's Elspeth, there's something missing to your thunder sound. Your thunder
The
sound.
tune.
I turn to Una and I'm like,
She pulls the triangle out, her eyes are big again. She's like, the moment is here.
Liza, you are wrestling Yrel. You've got a chokehold on her. You've got maybe 30 turns before you feel that she may go down. What do you do?
First question is, has she retracted her arm? It's all in her.
Yeah, it's retracted back. Yeah.
Okay. I say, so you want to go for a ride, eh? And then I my legs, I'm already choke holding her, but now I've locked my legs in around her torso as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just keeping on. I'm basically just keeping on.
Yeah.
keep on keeping on.
Keep on.
I could be a backpack while you run.
Yeah. Did not expect this fight to go this way. I did. So we're going to jump to Yrel's turn, and she is going to run towards the opposite wall. She can do an athletics check made at disadvantage because she has a cleric on her back. That is going to be a 7. As you see her, she's going to try and run up the side of the wall and kind of just let her weight drop down back on top of you. But she's starting to get groggy. She's starting to feel that blood flow is starting to cut off to her brain. As you see her go up, and she just misses that first step, slides right off, and boom, she falls back down to her back again. You fall down. You don't have to make a Constitution save because you're kind of cushioned by all the sawdust and other people below you. There's actually probably a stack of 2 or 3 people happening right now. As you hear the crowd go, "Oh, again!" And we're gonna go to Una. Would you like to help out Elspeth with her performance check with your triangle? Using the triangle counts as an action. Yeah.
Yes.
So spice it up. How are you triangling this performance?
Again, Una doesn't have skills. She wants skills, she doesn't have the skills. So she's just kind of frantically there's no real.
Elspeth is find the beat. Thunder. Thunder.
It's not there. It's the energy is there, the want is there, the rhythm is not. But she's excited. So she's just kind of going back and forth the triangle, trying
to
her
find
best.
it.
But
yeah. Also, Elspeth, roll another performance check with advantage this time because of the magical triangle.
So I still only click it once, right? Because it
Yes.
does 2 rolls out. Okay, that's what I wanted to check.
Boom!
Nice.
It's the serendipitous as Elspeth, you're trying to give her clap your hands together so she gets the rhythm, and then all of a sudden it's na 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 na, boom! This harmonious triangle, thunder, boom!
Yeah.
As you now see the
all my
crowd,
dreams are coming true.
you see fists pumping out from each floor of the bar, as you can hear the whole crowd going, "Liza!" Thunder and lightning get echo out. And Liza, you feel probably the most excited thing you can feel on your body right now is you just feel this big meaty hand come up on your forehead and just
Tap
out.
Freaking weapon! Get it!
It is an explosion of emotion and booze, and furniture comes raining down.
Furniture.
It is like a slow motion of just like sawdust and table parts. You actually see a guy get knocked over by accident. He falls down as well. As Liza stands up, her head's still a little groggy. She's got like that bit of like that elbow-shaped bruise on the side of her cheek as she reaches down with her right arm and hoists you up. And it's more like a power lift than a gentle lift. She says, "I know when I'm beat. Good fight." As you see her motion down, you see like this big giant keg get lowered down. And she says, "The champion of the night." And you see, pulls up this big metal spigot, sticks it in. You see all this booze comes flowing out. She's like, gets the first drink of the night.
Yeah!
I'm like underneath it. I'm just like, but after that, I come up and I wipe my mouth and I look at her and I say, "You still owe me that drink later, though."
She's like, "You're on." And she raises your arm up and everyone cheers and this chorus of applause goes up.
When she raises my arm up, I cast thaumaturgy again. When she does goes
Nice.
And then it just like everything kind of goes. The crowd goes wild.
This thunderclap goes out with the singing from Elspeth and Una as the crowd is focused and in tune. And Elspeth, you know, you've seen these nights before. This is a party night, you feel like. Everyone is just letting off steam and it all came off in this great positive way. As you drink into the wee hours of the morning, we'll say about 3 or 4. Is there anything anyone else wants to do in the dull axe head?
Just celebrate. I think we're...
If I've got all my gold, I think I'm good.
I definitely ask Yrel about her arm because I'm very intrigued by that, and I also ask, wait, am I allowed to have a conversation with Yrel?
Absolutely, yeah. You can do anything you want.
Oh yeah, I have a conversation with Yrel definitely.
All right. Well, let's jump to that then. So we'll say it's about 2:30 in the morning or so as the sun goes or as the moon goes at this point. And you ask her about her arm. She says, "Oh yeah, I was born without it. And people as kids made fun of me because of my size and because of my arm. So I decided I'm not going to give them a reason to. I'm going to get the strongest as I possibly can. I learned everything I could about metallurgy and blacksmithing. And I built myself up. I built my arm up. And I don't take shit from anybody anymore."
I respect that. No, don't take shit from no one at all. I'm a little drunk.
She says, "I think everyone's a little drunk tonight."
Elspeth has had one drink and she's like, "That was so great. Daisy, you alright?"
Yeah, as long as nobody's throwing any furniture at me,
Yeah, you're alright.
There is furniture being thrown about, but it doesn't have a general target. It's just more celebratory tossing of chairs or tables or whatnot. There's no malicious intent behind it.
I'm trying not to get trampled on.
I don't think,
And Yrel says, "I grew up outside of Waterdeep, and then I got the offer of a lifetime to work in the wilderness, chop down trees, and I figure maybe fight some monsters at the same time if it's an enchanted forest. And I've worked my way up here. Got a position of command, a position of respect."
Have you ever seen Mr. Googly Eye? Don't look him in the face.
Everyone give me an insight check.
He'll Google you right
Oh no.
in
Kinda
your
nice.
Oh,
soul.
we're drunk.
Everyone's drunk.
Oh.
Oh, I'm a lot drunk.
Wow. 10, 9, 8, 2, 10. Woo.
He'll Google your
The beer
soul
gets better.
away.
The beer gets better the more you drink it. I don't know.
you see her get a little more stern, and she's like, "Yeah, I've seen it."
Oh,
Have you seen it though?
yeah. Like, did it Google your soul away?
Oh no, we know the story of Calico. We ran when it was.
You were there?
I wasn't there for Calico's. That happened decades before me.
Oh.
But I know bad trouble when it comes around. You gotta know when to fight and when to run. You just see her kind of like nod towards.
That's
Liza.
smart. That's very, very clever to know that. That's true.
And nobody has like any idea what it is?
The people we've hired to come in and investigate it have never come back.
I hope we come back.
Well, there's a first for everything.
Aye. Cheers!
Cheers.
So we might head back up. Where do you live? Down here or up there?
Are you an uptowner or a downtowner, if you know what I mean?
You see her give like a sly smile, and she's like, "Where do you think? I live down in the mud with the townies."
Aye.
But you work up.
That's where my job is. I work in the forest.
And who are these rich people about town that keep getting richer?
Well, they put gold in my pocket, and they put magical axes in my hand, and they keep stealing equipment.
Do they put their names in your mouth?
Everyone goes silent.
This was like, that was not a euphemism.
I was about to say euphemism. She says, actually, no.
Oh.
I don't think they do. I think they're scared of me.
We've got faceless ones. We've got nameless ones. This is an interesting little town.
There's lots of problems in
Nameless
Harker's Falls.
benefactors. They pay the gold and make the money, and everyone else does the work.
So you've been in a few fights.
What about Wendy? Have you ever met Wendy? She's so pretty.
I don't
And
know
her
who Wendy
voice is so nice. And her cottage is so cozy. And Daisy's fur is so soft.
I start to like tuck in Elspeth.
Night night.
I'm like, yep.
Wait, are we sleeping here?
Are we sleeping in the sawdust?
No.
Are we sleeping? Because I feel like we've just been drinking all night.
Yeah.
Wait. How are we going to get back up that lift? You guys.
You see, you're all saying the secret is staying in the middle of the platform.
It's elevator.
Just stay in the middle. It's a heck of a view, but as soon as you get close to the edge, one good wind gust, one good bump, over you
I'm
go.
just gonna sit. That'll be fine. We'll be fine.
That's
Don't worry. Daisy, don't worry. Don't.
I'm starting to. Maybe we should go and sleep before Knowles.
Rest up before the Knowles.
Naughty, wicked Knowles. Wicked, naughty Knowles.
Yeah, we should sleep before we deal with naughty Knowles.
Round everybody up and like slowly corral us towards the door, trying to get us out of this establishment.
Bye bye.
I'm trying to swipe purses as we're going away. Like,
All right, give me one last sleight of hand check.
To work.
That's a hard 6.
I'm imagining you're just like what?
I let her take something from me. I'm like, oh, you did it.
The end of the night, Mari's grabbing at coin purses. You grab what you think are some coin purses, but it's like a bag of tobacco.
Grab some bag.
Something that looks like it was like someone's food off of a plate.
Ow!
I thought was a coin purse. Daisy just lets you take one of hers off of her pocket just to like be encouraging and supportive
It's so shiny. What is it?
As the crowd, the owners of the dull axe are like, all right, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stays here. As you see like some magical lights begin to illuminate, and you actually kind of like see like all the nicks and scars and the true features of the dull axe head, and a lot gets hidden in the shadow, a lot gets hidden in the dank. It's not an aesthetically pleasing type of honky tonk bar.
My kind of place.
Even though it's called the dull axe, I don't think it's dull at all. I think it's so much fun. But I wouldn't sleep here.
No.
She burps.
You see Yrel going, I did that once. Yeah, that's a bad decision. You don't avoid that.
And I'm like, where do you sleep?
You see her kind of like raise an eyebrow and like just points off with her arm and says, just down the street a little bit to the left.
Cool.
You feel kind of
that seems a lot closer than taking the elevator, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe
Liza.
Maybe Liza should. I bet your bed is really big and really comfy and would fit Liza. Let's see, just as just a name that it pulled out of my head.
One less person on the elevator,
Right? That's exactly, because if I'm sitting, I'm taking up a lot of room. Let's be honest, there's not as much room for, like, let's say, out off the top of my head, Liza.
Liza,
and then I wink at you like super obviously. I'm like, this is going very well.
Liza, you feel your heart begin to, thump and pound a little bit. And then almost in unison, you hear like these brassy metallic chimes just ring out over the city, just kind of like these deep gong, gong, gong. As you see Yrel's head perks up immediately, and she puts her arm on top of your shoulder and says, unfortunately, I think you're sleeping by yourself tonight. As you see her pull a little vial out of a secret compartment on her armor, drinks it down, and she sobers up immediately.
I'm like, I get some of that.
And then she books it. She is running down the street.
Look at her go! She's so fast.
What a woman.
Look at how fast each of her steps takes her. She's so big.
There's essentially like the distance of like one Mari in her gait in between each of the feet.
Oh my god, one Mari.
If Yrel travels, that's 5 Maris for
the Mari distance system.
Yeah. So the elevator, right?
I'm like, well,
where'd she go?
bedtime.
Do we care about what that bell is?
You see the rest of the town is perking up. The lights are coming on. It looks like these are kind of like emergency alarm bells.
Oh, no.
Why didn't she tell us about that?
I need to...
Where's our sober juice?
Oh no.
God.
I think I'm actually too drunk to actually care. I'm still kind of making my way back to the elevators, I think.
How far away is like where everybody's kind of like perking up to? Like, would we maybe be like curious about what's happening?
You can see...
Also, did Yrel run like towards the elevators as in she needed to go up, or did she run like out?
She was running towards one of the gates, one of the town gates, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if we get on the elevator, we might be able to see what she sees from there.
If I get on the elevator and on your shoulders, I'll see what she sees.
You do see Yrel is coming back, and she
that was quick.
has a lot of concern on her face as she's not running anymore, but she looks at you, Liza, and definitely has that things ain't right type of face as she quickly goes.
Yeah, things aren't right. I'm like, you just left. Didn't even get to show you my cool knots yet.
You see behind her, 3 figures come walking very quietly behind her. and the whole town is kind of giving them this wide breadth. And they're very tall, very lanky, and they're all covered in like these long animal hides. Think like a leathery kite type of hood from like the ring wraiths of Lord of the Rings.
Is this the druid?
You notice that one has a series of antlers coming off the top of one of the hides, the hoods. Another one has wolf ears, or like a wolf head that's been used. Another one has a bear head. You can barely make out the features. Their faces are recessed deep inside the hood, and that the town lights are just barely catching like these grays of skin that just peek out every now and then. And there's this unsettling harmony to the way they're walking. Is they're all walking in rhythm, and they're all walking. One face is looking one way, one face is looking the other. There's always an angle covered that they're always looking in one direction at the same time. You notice that all their hands are coming out, and they're almost like swimming. These long, elegant fingers just kind of like grasping and almost like pulling themselves along. And Daisy, you've actually heard and seen this in practice before, that you look down and like their big, heavy leather cloaks are actually long, kind of create this train behind them. And you know that this is actually a tactic in obscuring footsteps, that you know that something's gone by in the area, but you have no idea what it is. As they're all moving in unison, kind of like looking left, looking right, looking up, looking down. And you kind of hear almost like these deep inhales, like...
I hide behind Daisy.
You see one of the drunk people from the Dull Axe Head not be aware and kind of almost wander in the street. And you see his friend pull him back and be like, "Oh, dude, don't. That's just a bad idea." As you see, they make their way up to the elevator area, and then you see them cast kind of like this grayish, bluish magic as you see these roots begin to lift them up the side of the cliff.
Not even the elevator.
Oh, don't even need the elevator. Guys,
Can I come with you?
I think I need some antlers. I think they'd look really good on me.
Totally.
I think you're right.
I cross my arms and I say, I know exactly who these are. The popular girls.
So everyone's looking at them.
Are they all named Ashley?
I say everyone give me an insight roll as well.
Well, that one's name is Ashley.
Daisy for sure. Mari.
Elspeth knows what the...
Yeah.
Oh, I only got a 10.
There's so everyone who got 14 or higher, which is Mari, Elspeth, and Daisy, there is a sense of intimidation around these three characters. And you hear kind of like this background murmur of like, well, they're probably heading up to City Hall right now. Something's happened. Like they're back early.
Daisy is now panicking that she is in charge of 4 very drunk people.
I'm like
To
elbowing.
City Hall!
And
I feel like this is kind of sobering me up, like fresh air, something to focus on, kind of
Weird
thing.
druid energy.
Yeah, I'm like,
I can see why they're the ones who choose which trees are gonna die.
I'm laughing because in the game as well. I'm like, of course, because they're the popular girls.
They're the popular girls.
Just give yourself inspiration already.
Yes.
It's a pun-heavy group, and I love it.
I was trying so hard earlier when you were talking about the essence and bringing something back to life to work in an evanescence joke, but
Wake me up, am I right?
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to go...
elevator.
You make your way up to the lift. Surprisingly a bit more difficult when you've had a couple. The cold wind and the breeze just kind of sobers you up on the ride up, as you see most of Lower Town has woken up, almost like in a direct path of where these druids have come by. The lights have all come on. The rest of the town's kind of asleep, but that one line they took is definitely lights are still on and people are still out in the streets as they've seen these druids come waltzing back.
Can we see out past the gate once we get high enough? Can we see any sort of...
Give me a perception. You've got dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay, if you're a perception check, it's no disadvantage for you because you have dark vision. So it'll be black and white to you, but you can, yes.
I have no dark vision.
So no dark vision would be a disadvantage.
I got a 16.
Are we all... Oh.
I think Liza's human. Halflings don't have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just squinting really.
I'm squinting.
Yeah.
Wait, can I cast a little hand of light? Can I just do a little light?
You can, yes. I don't think that would help for looking off into the distance of the countryside, but it'll definitely illuminate and get rid of any disadvantage or negative modifiers for your local area.
Oh wait, is light only?
Yeah, I do have dark
vision. I can't like huck it.
You can attach it to things. Yeah, you can like put it on things and stuff like that.
Is there a rock nearby?
Easily enough, yeah. You can easily pick one up.
Yeah. All right. I'm still a little woozy here, but I find like a rock and I pick it up and I go, and then.
Look out below!
As you see this rock at the bottom of the platform, it's kind of lighting up the area where you see a couple of people like, that's just safe. Why don't we do this naturally? But for those, for the other perception checks, we got a 23, 16, and a 16, and a 10. Nothing you can see at the tree line. There's that kind of like that half a mile of just cleared out land, so you can actually see any threats coming from the forest. Nothing in the tree line seems to spook you. It's some clouds at night, but it's the moon is out, the stars are out, and you can't see any disturbances or anything that appears to be threatening or any type of movement or anything like that out beyond the city walls.
Okay.
So you're at the top of the lift as it comes to a stop. And you do see, because it's not operated, it's like on an automated kind of rotating system. You get maybe about 30 seconds before you got to jump off and before the elevator.
It's a ski lift.
Yeah, it goes right back down. And the lights at City Hall are the only ones that are on right now. And it appears to be kind of like a conference of people kind of gathering outside City Hall right now.
And it's like 3-4 in the morning?
Correct.
We haven't had a rest yet.
I have not had one yet.
Can I stealthily try to eavesdrop on what they're saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I thought we were just walking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even need to be stealthy. Like they're having a conference. If you want to be stealthy to do other things, let me know.
Yeah, all right.
It's you see Mr. Hackett in kind of like his like night robes, kind of like almost like a Michael Caine Ebenezer like floofy hat, kind of like flopping
looking
over.
even more like Santa Claus.
Yes. And you see that there's kind of like this U shape of citizens formed up, and they're giving a wide berth to the three druids who are just standing there. Again, their hands are constantly in motion, feeling the air, and their heads are constantly swiveling around. And you also always kind of just vaguely hear every now and then kind of like as they have not stopped moving since you've seen them.
That's so creepy.
And you see Mr. Hackett says, work orders are going to be canceled tomorrow. Unintentional vacation days. He's got his candle up so everyone can see his face, and he's doing his best to project his voice. Not the best public speaker, you think. You say, the sisters have informed me that it is not safe to send out a scouting team. There has been a raid at some of the camps and some of our possible locations. We have not recovered any survivors. Fortunately, as you see him make up, we have our heroes with us who will go out and investigate this knoll problem for us.
We all just tumble off the lift.
Una just like over. Like Una just falls, and it's just like
yeah.
You see Una follow this big thump, but you do hear that harmonious ting as the triangle hits the ground. Like,
He just holds it up, ding, but like from the mud, or not mud, just the ground.
You do notice, Una, when it's covered in mud and you strike it, all the mud falls clean off of it. It's perfectly clean again.
Dang.
That's a triangle.
It's like, and our heroes will take care of this tomorrow, right? Not in your current state, as you seem kind of like
tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow again. And tomorrow.
I saw some sober juice. If we could get some sober juice, we got this.
8 hours from now, we'll have
8 hours from now.
10 hours from now, we'll have it all wrapped up. You don't worry, we'll be fine. No googly eyes gonna get us.
See,
and then Una just dings the triangle again
for emphasis.
You see Yrel come up beside Liza and kind of like, it's almost like if it was like a normal sized person, you'd get like the elbow and like the side of the arm, but it's kind of like elbow into your shoulder type of deal. And she says, "Don't worry about it. Unless I'm working, I don't get before noon anyways."
Same.
Great, then we'll come pick Liza up tomorrow morning. Bye, Liza. Have a good day. Yeah.
See you in a couple hours.
Bye.
So
we're helping.
What are we doing here?
You see, I'll say give me a persuasion check, but made with advantage because you have one over Yrel quite a bit.
Persuasion?
The T, as it were.
The T.
Oh, wait, what? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait, I can't use my inspiration for that, can I?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. Yeah, you can use inspiration. You can give it to other people. You can use it yourself. You can use it anytime you want.
Quick question. Do I still have my inspiration from last time? Do I have 2 inspirations or 1 inspiration?
Yeah, they stack up. There's no limit on how many you can have.
I'm gonna use it on her for
Boom.
Me to get it again.
To get advantage on persuasion. You don't need a lot.
All right, I'm gonna go again.
Oh
yeah!
Boom. You see Yrel come down and say, "Look, the sisters, as creepy as they may be, they scouted out for us. And if the sisters say something's not good, we listen. They are as skilled as they are creepy, and they are creepy AF if you ask me."
How many groups of like triplet sisters do they have in these woods?
That's what I was going to say.
I only know about these sisters. Why?
Just a curiosity.
Have you found any?
I'm seeing double right now. I don't know.
It sounds like you're seeing triple, actually.
I'm seeing double of the triple.
That's 6 people.
So it was a raid, as in the gnolls came, or they think the gnolls are going to... Is this like a premonition, like tomorrow there's going to be gnolls, like a weather thing, or is it like it already happened and they're telling us?
Something happened, because usually we send them out and they pick locations for us to work in, which are safe, which are dangerous, and they are back early, and they only come back early if something bad has happened.
So it's already happened. It's not that it's going to happen tomorrow.
She says, and you know what? If you ask me, we need more education in this town, because it looks like the only people who can really talk with the druids are Mr. Hackett and Maze, because they're the ones who communicate what they're saying.
Well, that's a little sus to me, but all right.
Well, no one speaks ancient. No one speaks ancient Elvish. No one speaks Sylvan.
I do.
Just Daisy.
Do you actually?
Yes, it says here on my character sheet.
You see,
that's awesome.
5 sets of eyes all turned towards you, Daisy.
And she turns invisible immediately.
Oh, Daisy, it's all right. Come back.
You see Yrel say, that's good to know. I would recommend your ranger friend try and stay close to either the druids or Mr. Hackett. Because if we have to fight something big and bad out there, I want to know what we're fighting. I don't want any surprises. I don't want him to try and treat us safer with kid gloves. But if you can gather intel from the druids or Mr. Hackett, I think that would be. And she puts her hand on your shoulder again. I think that'd be a smart and cool move.
Liza, does she think you're smart and cool? Well, should we have a conversation now? Or maybe not now. Maybe in the morning. Or the
maybe after a little snoozle.
Yeah.
Snoozle!
Snoozle.
Yeah.
A little doozle of a snoozle.
Una's like still on the ground, just like nodding her head. Like she hasn't gotten up. Like she's just like, sleep is a good idea.
All right, do you wish to retreat back to the wooden dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For those that are still sober and coherent enough, there is a room service parchment on all your front doors with like a little checklist of things you would want for breakfast in the morning.
I check all of them.
I mean, it's comped. Get it all.
It's comped.
Get it to go. Get it to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nuts and gum together at last. The night is quiet and uneventful, and you can now regain any hit points you've lost, regain any spell slots you've lost, regain all your hit dice as you wake up in the morning.
Wait, before we go to sleep, just can I do one thing?
Sure.
When we're sort of before we go to bed, I sort of like I smack my face, to sober because I don't want to go to bed. Really, I don't want a hangover. It's my big thing, and I've had enough drink in my life that I've figured sort of a ritual to making sure that doesn't happen. So I warm up my hands a little bit, like with a little glow. And then I slap my face really hard, and it makes like a big like kaboom. And then after that, I'm going to cast. Can I create water?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to create like a little like storm cloud and like just basically just douse myself in cold water, and then like towel myself off. So I'm a little cleaner, a little more sober, and then I'm going to go to bed.
Key question: are you doing this outside or in your hotel room or in your in-room or somewhere else inside? Outside or inside type of. How would Liza do this?
At first, she wanted to do it in the room with the druids. But is there like a little like bathroom in the room?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a shower? Yeah, I sort of do it in there because I'm like, I'm not going to get water on the floorboards. So I'm, sort of on the tiles there. I like look at myself in the mirror. I'm like,
you actually notice as the water hits the floor that this inn has been built with enchanted wood, is that all the water beads up and it doesn't get absorbed into the wood. It looks like something that if you had a mop or like a broom, you could easily sweep it over the edge and outside the room on your balcony.
Okay. All right. I take a quick shower, a brisk downfall down, and then just kick it on out. I just scoop it on out there.
Nice. Shoveling the shower out the window.
Get all that sawdust off.
Yeah. Done. You are sobered up, you are clean and ready for the bed. Is there any type of night activities that people want to get up to, or?
Daisy will take out she's got a handful of these silver stones and put them in each corner of her room, and cast alarm, which is just something that she does when she's unfamiliar with where she's staying.
Now, alarm has some conditions. What do you wish to keep out of your?
Oh, everything.
Everything
but my friends.
Gotcha.
Your friends.
Anybody else want to do anything nighttime stuff?
No.
I'm already
Luna puts her little
I'm
triangle.
sleeping with my little pouch.
Yeah. She's sleeping with her triangle beside her pillow, just good triangle.
Okay.
Elspeth gets up in the middle of the night and crawls into Daisy's room and curls up next to her.
At some point during the remainder of the night for Daisy and Elspeth, Daisy, you actually get woken up. A tick has set.
I'm half asleep, but I'm googly eyes. I didn't want to sleep by myself, and you're really soft. And then I just curl. I'm half asleep.
Yeah. But Daisy, your alarm spell wakes you up. A tick has entered your room.
A tick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like a bug?
A bug.
Yeah, everything. That's not your friend.
No, it is not. Squash.
Give me a perception check then.
Sure. Where am I?
Oh, it's spirited away.
18.
You look down and you see this little tick, and from what you know of ticks, it's recently eaten. It's pretty full. You also know that it's not your traditional reddish color. It's got a greenish yellow hue in its abdomen.
Oh no, it's Kevin.
And it's just kind of
it's Kevin.
skittering between that little crevice between the wall and the floor.
Is there a cup in here?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, she's gonna try to put a cup over the bug.
Kevin.
Give me a dexterity acrobatics check, please.
Dexterity? Acrobatics? Let's see, where are we here?
I imagine you're trying to do this without waking me up.
Oh, no. I do a bad job.
You try and slam your cup down, and you've never seen a tick do this before, but it kind of it phases. It moved with such speed. It looked like it phased from one side of the glass to the other, and then you see it scurry underneath the bed.
No.
No, I don't like that.
Okay. I don't feel good about this at all. So fearbolts have this feature where they can talk to plants and animals, but they can't understand what they're saying back.
Oh no.
What do you wish to say? Could you kindly leave, please? You hear back.
She's just talking to the underside of the bed, even if she can't see it anymore. She's just trying.
You hear back in your head.
Right.
Which languages do you speak? Again, you speak Sylvan.
She speaks Sylvan, Common, Elvish, and Minotaur.
None of those.
Nice.
Love it.
I will
random assortment I got to choose from, huh?
I will now also need
a
wisdom save, please.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, sorry. Charisma. It's a charisma save, actually. Charisma save.
Oh, that's even worse. How do I do that? What do I click within here?
Saving throws is above your skills.
Yeah.
And there's no way that I could give inspiration from my dreams.
18.
I don't know why we were worried. The 5 is the worst Whitney's ever rolled.
Yeah.
I don't know. Roll20 is very good to me for some reason.
Daisy, you look down and you see on your knee the tick has attached itself and bites into you. And you feel this almost like if your soul was on fire. You feel this immense heat, and it's like your whole body has been immolated. And then you're just like, no, Daisy, like you're stronger than this. Like you've got this. You are focused and concentrated. And as you just take that moment in focus and concentration, you look down and you resist the effect, and you see that the tick has turned to ash and falls away.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little red spot on your knee where it bit you, though.
I hate
Right.
Does she have slime disease now?
Oh, no.
Not until the slime witch. Not until the slime witch.
Give her inspiration for that. That's a joke.
Yeah. Take another. Take another.
Oh my god! How do you do that?
That was good.
That was amazing.
That was really good.
All right, Daisy.
Kevin.
Part of me is like, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it, and I'm going to get every freaking tick. But I would imagine that she is going to have a very hard time getting back to sleep.
All right.
And she doesn't want to wake Elspeth up. She does, but she doesn't.
Your choice. You can do whatever you want.
No, she's not going to, even though she wants to be like, something happened.
Okay.
But she keeps it to herself.
All right. Well, the sun comes up. Your pre-filled out breakfasts are already outside. In fact, it's the smell of breakfast that there's probably a little bit more clatter as you open your door to get your breakfast. There is a long line on both sides of the hallway in front of Mari's door of just food. There's no better way to put the descriptor out there. It is a library of food.
What?
Menu.
Yes, I shovel food into my... What? The best hangover cure.
You're actually not sure where Mari's order starts and Una's starts. They're kind of merged into the two.
I'm gonna go right for the eggs. Right for those greasy eggs.
But
I'm gonna be like, oh, I slept so well. How did I end up in here?
You just came on in.
Oh, you could have woken me up. I'm sorry. I guess I was feeling a little alone last night. I'm sorry if I kept you up.
No, you didn't. It was nice not to have to be alone.
Oh. So you slept okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe her?
It would be a contested deception versus insight.
11.
Oh yeah. Elspeth, Daisy's 11 versus a 4. Something is not. You never known Daisy to tell a lie before, and you're pretty sure she's tried her first time ever in front of you right now.
I'd be all right if you didn't. I know you're sort of not used to maybe sleeping in these conditions, and there was a lot of excitement last night. But, if you need anything today, let me know.
I appreciate that. Maybe we should just go.
Yeah, I'm not going to push it, but I did notice that she lied, kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey guys, you're missing out on all the good food.
No, save some for me.
Well, as the sun comes up and the food is consumed, I'm actually say we're going to call it there for the night because we're getting close to 2 hours.
So now I'm getting actually hungry again.
Yeah. I got a bad habit of ramping up all the food stuff before the end.
You do, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The Diecast podcast was produced by Miles Baker, Stephanie Cook, and Johnny Robertson. The music provided by Sirenscape.com.